Hey there folks, you're at the right place. This Diwali we're giving out an iPhone 8 for being good, recommending good. For details, check the video description below and remember to subscribe to the channel. It's called PowerDrift to win this one.
Nothing like a stunning location to experience a gorgeous motorcycle. I'm here in the lush green forest of Kochi to experience the spanking new Ducati Supersport S. Now, before I begin, a big shout out to all our fans here in Kochi. I really envy you guys from the bottom of my heart because you have something this pretty right in your backyard. So yeah, go ahead and make your presence felt in the comment section so I can convince my team to come back here for a comprehensive review. But for now, I think we should move on to the motorcycle which got me here. Now, I usually don't dwell too much on the aesthetic aspect of a motorcycle, but allow me the liberty to indulge myself this time around. Fascinating amalgamation of the mental Hypermotard engine enclosed in a steel trellis frame borrowed from Ducati's monster family, endowed by this fairing which has been styled on the ethos of the Panigale. This is Ducati's definition of finding the perfect middle ground between comfortable and sporty. You can totally see how this won the most beautiful bike of the year at EICMA 2016. Love how clean the design is. You can't even see the bolts on the fairing, they're all hidden. Love the single saddle swing arm at the back, look really sexy. You have the big fat all-in forks at the front which are gold, which look mint, and of course the distinctive headlight. Man, this is a good looking motorcycle. Looks like a proper Ducati, and it goes like one too. This is the same engine from the Hypermotard, but it's in a different state of tune. In fact, the Supersport runs a different ECU and a different map, which means that you have almost 80% of its torque available from just 3000 RPM. It makes its maximum torque about 1000 RPMs earlier as compared to the Hypermotard. In other words, you always have plenty of torque available on tap. And my god, is it addictive. You really want to have that engine singing, because now you also get the quick shifter and the auto blipper, which means you can shift up and down without using the clutch and without letting the throttle go. And my god, that is such a fantastic system to work with. The quick shifter is brilliant. It works seamlessly. The auto blipper, it took some getting used to because it takes a conscious dab to get the bike to downshift. But once you get used to the system, so much fun. On the braking front, you have the same exact brake setup as on the 959 Panigale. So no complaints there whatsoever because you have plenty of feel, plenty of stopping power, plenty of bite. In terms of handling, we did not really have the best conditions. The conditions were damp and also there are not as many corners as we were expecting. But from my first impressions, the handling is very neutral. You're sitting more inside the bike rather than on top of it. So steering it, putting it into corners is very easy. So yeah, quite impressed with the performance, man. And here's the thing, it's performance which you can enjoy while sitting in the lap of comfort. This is easily one of the most comfortable Ducati sport bikes that I have ridden. And a lot of that has to do with the ergonomics. Ducati have got it spot on. The rider's triangle is nice and upright because of the raised clip-ons and the lowered foot pegs. The seat height is rather low, which is great for new riders. Also, the seat is well padded and the engine is really peppy, but was surprisingly comfortable while cruising as well. You have a lot of torque available, right? So you can be riding in a higher gear comfortably. So for example, in the 4th gear, you can easily ride from 50 to 170 kilometers an hour. Also, the ride-by-wire system is rather impressive because the fueling is spot on. Yeah, the sport mode, the throttle was a little too sensitive, but in the touring mode, it worked very well. The on-off throttle transitions were really nice. the ride quality is exceptional thanks to the O-Lens. This soaks up the bumps beautifully. That brings us to the part where I feel the bike could have been a little bit better. Because talking about the ride-by-wire system, I feel that Ducati could have also offered cruise control to make your long distance cruising that much more comfortable. The windscreen does a decent job of fending off the wind blast, but even a taller most setting, there is a decent amount of buffeting. The ground clearance at 135 mm is not the best. It does not really like commuting. It heats up a lot. I saw 109 degrees Celsius yesterday. So as long as you're moving, no problem. But I feel the heat dissipation could have been a little bit better because there's a lot of heat coming onto your legs. So we are back at the hotel after a fun few hours with the Ducati Supersport S. By the looks of it, by my first impression, it promises to be just as comfortable as Ducati claims it to be. That engine is punchy as hell, at the same time relaxed if you want to go cruising. What do I make of it? I think it has all the ingredients to be the game changer for Ducati here in India. At 13.3 lakhs, I think it's priced rather well, especially considering all the equipment that it offers. Yeah, it does get it about 1.2 lakhs closer to the 959 Panigale, which makes a lot more power. Also doesn't offer the same kind of equipment. And to be honest, the Supersport is a very unique bike. In fact, I can't really think of any other bike in this segment which offers what this one does. The only other bikes which come to my mind are the Ninja 650, which is not exactly the same price bracket, also doesn't offer the same kind of power and equipment, or the GSX S1000F, which makes more power, but again, is not as good looking and definitely doesn't offer the same equipment. Positive first impressions here of the Ducati Supersport, and I definitely cannot wait to spend some more time with this beauty.